Hello all, my name is Rylan Warner. I'm an attorney here at Joseph & Hall, and I'm here today to provide you an update on the Parole in Place program that was announced back in June, and they should be accepting applications here in August. As you can see, all of the other attorneys were busy today, and so I'm doing this stream all on my lonesome, but I think another reason why is because unfortunately we still don't have uh, the latest information or the last final details of the program rather. So there's something that when these government programs go into place, they will put something into what's called the Federal Register. And in that Federal Register, it provides all of the details, like what type of form should be used, what kind of filing fee we might expect, and it should hopefully provide us some more specific details about who might have issues with the program because of criminal histories. For now, we are still waiting on that to be published in the Federal Register. And we would have expected it to have been published on the 1st of August last week, and clearly that hasn't happened yet, at least not as far as I've seen. But we are monitoring it closely. We're looking out for whatever else is coming out, and as you all, I'm sure you're all ready to get filing on these applications. We cannot file any applications, at least they cannot be received by USCIS prior to August 19th. So we're still waiting at least for that part of that specific date for USCIS to accept our applications. We can't file anything before then. If we try to, they will be rejected. But even before that, we have to know what the actual form is that we're filling out. And we still don't know that yet. We're still figuring that out, waiting for the government to tell us the specific form that we should be filling out. We do know that you need to have been in the United States for over 10 years, or well, for 10 years exactly, but 10 years starting in June of 2014 until June of 2024. So you need to be able to provide evidence that you were in the United States for that long. You need to also be married to a U.S. citizen, and you also need to be someone that is in the United States who was not previously admitted or paroled into the United States. You might think that that's kind of an unusual part of the request, because why should they give this to people that haven't been admitted or paroled when there are people that were admitted or paroled that are unable to take advantage of this program? Well, the reason why they would make that distinction is because if anyone actually had been admitted or paroled, then they wouldn't need this program. If you're the spouse of a U.S. citizen and you were previously admitted or paroled, you can go ahead and file a green card application without needing to go through this parole in place program. So that's why they make that extra requirement, is because if you were admitted or paroled, then you don't need to apply for this process. And now I see that there is a comment here from Booker Gunn. So, can someone who applied for VAWA, reconciled with an abusive U.S. citizen spouse, covering all other eligibility, be eligible for parole in place? So, if you were in the United States starting in June of 2014 through the present, you never left the United States, and you can prove that you were in the U.S. for that time, and you were married to your spouse as of that date, which was it was sometime in June of 2024. I think it was maybe the 17th or the 18th. If you were still married to your spouse at that time, regardless of whether you went for VAWA, prior to that, or whatever. If you're reconciled with your spouse and you're willing to move forward, you definitely can proceed, even if you previously applied for VAWA. That is a possibility. There could be additional questions about the case once it actually gets to the green card stage, but so long as you meet all of the other eligibility requirements, you should be eligible for that. If there is a criminal history in the case, that's something that we're still waiting for final details on, but it should work feasibly. But as I've said a couple times now, we're still waiting on those final details. But thank you for that question, Booker. I see another question from Stephanie. Can my husband qualify for parole in place even though he has a volunteer depreciation? I'm guessing maybe a volunteer departure is what you're referring to. He agreed to do voluntary departure. So we are still kind of figuring out the details about what kind of specific immigration issues could arise. But from what we're seeing now, it does seem that they would be eligible to apply for the Parole in Place program. It is possible that that voluntary departure could come up as a particular issue later on. But I think this specific process, yes, from what we know, yes, they would be able to apply for it. It's just whether it could come up later on during the green card process, whether it could cause an issue there. That's a separate question. But for now, I think that they would be able to move forward with this. Okay. Well, this was kind of a short little video here, but if anybody else has any other questions, I see Booker, you followed up. Only 2 weeks left for Parole in Place to start. Why does USCIS so slow to publish it in the Federal Register? Is it a cheeky political move? It's bizarre why they're taking so long. I think that it seemed like all I can do is guess at why they were doing this, but we expected additional information at least a month ago, and they have slowly trickled out some additional information, but why they're pushing it so close to the limit is ridiculous. And also, yes, they can accept applications in 2 weeks, but they can accept applications after that. That is the first date that they will accept the application. So it's not like you are required to get everything together within these next 2 weeks. You can file after the date of August 19th, but we would like to get everybody that we can filed on that very first date to get them the best chance of getting this all approved and moving ahead without issue, because we do expect that there can be litigation around this program that might challenge it in some way, and also we're not sure what the election holds. We don't know if there's going to be a new administration next year, well, we know for a fact now that Biden has stepped down as the candidate, and Kamala Harris has taken his place, or we're in the process of figuring that out. It's not official yet, but we know that there will be a new administration. The Harris administration we would expect them to carry on this program in their administration. If there's a Trump administration starting next year, he's indicated that he is not going to support this program. So that's why we want everybody in as early as we possibly can. And we want everything approved as fast as we can get it, just in case something changes early next year and the program cannot proceed. But as for why it's taking so long, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous, and we don't really have a good answer for why. But just try to remain patient and keep checking. That's what we're doing. We're checking over and over, and we'll let you know as soon as we hear any updates. But for now, that's it for today. Unless there's any other questions, we will be doing another live stream on Wednesday in Spanish. And then on Monday, we'll have at this same time another live stream in English again. So if we have additional details or you have additional questions, feel free to join the live stream then Monday at noon or this Wednesday at noon for Spanish. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day. Bye.